Hello, 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 BSR Nation. Just coming out to give you an update on how things are down here at Everland. As you can see, I have on a mask. It's not the best mask, but alas, yet it is a mask, and I double mask with this, even though it's just cloth. I do what I can. I'll show you the sky. You see these clouds? If you recall, I made a video this summer about clouds that looked fake. See that? So we've been under a toxic dome ever since the fire. But I believe that whatever exploded down there at the biolab and caused a plume of smoke that covered the entire county and then drifted on down into Atlanta and probably further. I believe it was leaking all along. Whatever those chemicals are, I think they were already leaking. Yes, I do, because three things. I thought that the changes with the plants in my environment, I thought it was just due to a natural effect of nature, but now I'm not so sure. This year I didn't get hardly any peppers. I had plenty of plants, no peppers. Usually I have plenty of peppers, and it didn't matter how much I watered anything. Even though I watered everything, and especially with the, I catch rainwater, is what I water everything with most of the time. Right after I would water, it would seem like nothing had been watered at all. Also, the grapevines, if you recall, I kept telling you guys that it seemed as though the grapes were burning right on the vine. That was really strange, because I thought it was just the heat, but now I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I really believe there was something coming down in the rain all along, and I believe whatever it was actually magnified the heat, and that is probably why I didn't get any peppers, and the grapes on the vine definitely burned right over there on the vine. Okay, the ponderosa. If you recall, I used to have plenty of fish in the ponderosa. Come out here and look at them every day. But the day before that chemical plant caught on fire down the street, it had rained really, really bad. And normally rain does not affect the ponderosa at all. It's just water. And I have two pumps running. The only pump that I didn't have running was the biofilter right there, the one I call R2D2. But that normally doesn't usually matter, because as long as I have the pumps on, this should be fine. I've never had a problem from rainwater falling into the ponderosa ever. But like I said, I came out here, looked in the ponderosa, and it looked like seafood soup, because all of my fish, even the big ones, were floating around in the water. So it's like a toxic soup, a toxic fish soup. Okay, and that was prior to the fire happening down there. Okay, so it just makes me think. I mean, BSR better stay ready. So after experiencing this, I've got to think of something. I have to think of another plan. I was about to put my my fruit trees in the ground. But now, I mean, I don't really feel confident putting them into the ground up here where I am now, where I'm right now. I don't feel like putting them in the ground because if the chemicals came down with the rain into the ponderosa and killed all of the fish that used to be in there, if I plant these into the ground over in the orchard, I mean, the plants are going to, these trees will take up the rain right from the soil. Probably I should have this soil tested as well. I will. And lucky me, I catch rain. So during this event, all I did was went over there. I took an empty bottle and I scooped up some of the rainwater before that water, whatever's in it, can oxidize into the atmosphere. I went ahead and got a sample. So I'm going to take it. I'm taking the water to be tested because EPA is down here, government agencies are down here, now lawyers are down here for a class action lawsuit. But I want to know exactly what's in that water. And since nobody is going to tell me, it doesn't seem like anyone's going to tell me much. Only thing they've told us is the chemicals for pool shock. And I'll go up and get some pool shock. And that way I'll have something to compare what they tell me is in this water. But chlorine and HCl. And everybody knows that tap water or water with chlorine or just chlorine will definitely kill fish. That's why if we have to use some water from the tap to put in our ponds, we take water conditioner and put it in there. But yeah, so it rained all night. It rained toxic rain all that night into this ponderosa and left me with a pond full of dead fish in the morning. Yes, it did. So there's one. I'm not going to stay out here long. There's one of those toxic clouds. You see it? And don't forget, this summer I pointed out how the clouds didn't even look real. They look like solid masses. So I don't know what's going on down here. All I know is, you better stay ready because things can be happening right under our noses. All right. I have some solutions for myself and I'll share them with you. One solution is grow my plants in a more controlled environment. I need to continue to have container gardens. But I also, this is so different and strange because you would think you could have your container gardens out here and everything's fine, especially if it rains on them. That should be a plus, but no. Now we have to think about how to protect our container gardens from things in the element that could be coming down with the rain. That could poison living creatures. If chemicals can come down in the rain and kill a pond full of healthy fish, what do we think it would do to us? Somehow, I think we know. Okay. I just wanted to give you an update. We had been sheltering in place for a number of days, and especially last night from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. because the toxic plume and haze was banking down in the lower elevations. So if you looked out your window this morning, it looked like thick fog, like from the movie back in the 70s called The Fog, but it was thick toxic fog. Yeah. So anyway, tell me what you think. So far I haven't heard anybody else mentioning how this has killed their livestock or their plants or their animals or pets. So far, I'm the only one that I've heard mentioning this. So if you hear anything, let me know. And if you see something, say something. All right, well, that's all for now. I'm getting back in. I don't want to be out here that long. And you know why. When there's a camper car that I worked on all summer so that I can bug out, but when it was time for me to bug out, some rodent had chewed a wire, so I couldn't even get away. So I have to have a backup plan. Well, I had a backup plan, which is bugging in, and I was able to do it successfully, so that was good. But I also feel like I need a backup plan in case it's imperative that I should leave. But anyway, that was disappointing. This whole situation was very disappointing, but at the same time, God works in mysterious ways, because if I hadn't discovered that I couldn't use this camper car bug out vehicle, I found that out the day before that toxic fire broke out down the road. So I had already taken the preps that were in here and put them in there. Okay. Then about these ports that have gone on strike, seems like they're like, nobody seems to be noticing anything strange going on around here. But went ahead and got what I needed for now, and I'm continuing to prep up. But by the time, the people that are not aware and not noticing anything, not listening or paying attention, by the time they figure this thing out, oh well, all I can say is it'll be too late to apologize. All right, so as always, BSR Nation, stay prayed up and stay sprayed up. Bye.